Hello everyone, my name is Travis Hunter. I'm a member of the UAM team, and in this video we're going to take a look at administrative roles within the FIM portal. So first let's take a look at the object types that administrators will be working with. The first is a user object. A user object is created when a user first registers for UAM, and it contains attributes such as the first name, last name, email, and others. The second object is what we call the CRA object. The CRA object is created by taking a P5 set we received from PCR, which includes the first name, last name, gender, date of birth, and PHN, and adding what we call 4 control attributes to the P5 set. These control attributes are used to determine how we're synchronizing this identity with HVI, and will be discussed later in this video. So the first administrative role we're looking at is what we call the PHP user administrator. This administrator essentially serves two main functions. One is this administrator has the ability to link and unlink verified identities. The second function is that this administrator can go in and disable an account within UAM. When a user goes in and disables an account within UAM, the user will be prevented from logging in. In this slide and the next slide, we're going to take a quick look at exactly what permissions this administrator has within the FIM portal. So we can see this user mostly has read access, but does have the ability to modify the account status attribute on the user object. What this attribute sets is whether or not this user is permitted to log in. So if the account status is set to disabled, this user would be prevented from logging in. If we look at what permissions the user administrator has on the CRA object, we see that again, mostly read access, but the administrator does have the ability to modify the identity verified attribute. Modifying this attribute can link and unlink a UAM identity with a P5 identity. The second administrator role we're going to look at is the PHP records administrator. PHP records administrator has the ability to modify most of the user attributes within UAM, including user attributes within a P5 set. This administrator also has the ability to disable and re-enable synchronization between UAM and HVI. So here we'll look at this administrator's specific rights within the FIM portal. As we can see, the records administrator has more access to modify a user object, so we can actually modify first name, last name, gender, and date of birth. And if we look at the access that a user administrator has on the CRA object, we can actually modify, again, the P5s, plus a couple of other attributes here we see, such as CRA valid and MID enabled. The CRA valid attribute is a attribute UAM receives from PHR or from PCR that we don't see administrators having to go in and modify. However, the user administrator may have to go in and modify the admin enabled attribute. This attribute determines whether or not we are synchronizing this CRA object with HVI. So in certain cases, this administrator may need to go in and modify this attribute. Thank you for watching. That concludes this video.